Hey man, you need to hear this. If you're looking for fast, cheap, and reliable MUT coins, I highly recommend to check out my sponsor, DMC, Discount MUT Coins, and use code 187 for 10% off at checkout.
Big way. Kickoff is here. Kmac kicks off to Volt. And that's Tevin Coleman, brings it up to the 30, and now we'll see a masterclass in adjustments, the depth chart, switching it up, but we'll bring it on back out here.
You know the run's coming.
Yeah.
You know the run's coming. You're going to have to stuff the box. You're going to have to put 8 guys in the box. You're going to have to bring pressure from different areas. Don't let Bo Jackson get going.
You can't. You can't afford to. You have to commit, and he's committed a lot of resources to be able to stop those players as well on that side of the ball. Kmac also labs with some great players in the community, so different side of the coin, different parts of the community. There's a lot of different crews, groups. T. Davis has his own squad that he partners up with, so it's really interesting to see how those adjustments, how that preparation, how those scouting reports. A big thing for Kmac. We talked about T. Davis. He's making a run at this. Same thing with Kmac. He's going after this for his career. He streams out there. So he does have a lot of footage and gameplay out there streamed. So that can give you a little bit of an insight for Volterax with a game plan of, I know he likes to do this generally when he plays, so we'll see how that factors in. Back to the game here. Bo Jackson takes over for Volt, and he's stopped for 1 yard. Kmac likes to bring it every play on defense.
Likes to bring it every play. You see how he kind of spreads his defense out, trying to take away those outside runs, force everything to stay in between the tackles.
Over 500 wins in online Madden, at least, on these leaderboards between these two. See the man won it all for the Cardinals in Madden 18, but made a big name in Madden 17, earned a lot of cash that way. He's the leading prize winner in this event with about $35,000 earned so far.
Kmac has the opportunity to take down 2 champions, and that will definitely do something for his confidence moving forward if he's able to get past his first test.
Tough test. Tough test, like a pop test.
No, that is.
But you knew it was coming. You prepared for it. You've been waiting for it. Kmac's only really been playing Madden for the past few seasons. So he doesn't have that long legacy like T. Davis of someone who's kind of grinded it out for a lot of years. He's only really came to Madden recently. He studies the game. He's a good overall gamer and definitely plays, and he's committed to it. But he says he's really committed to it more this year than any other year before.
And I think he alluded to that when he talked about the experience and maybe lack thereof the last couple of years. And I think that he's probably going to get over the hump this year.
Volt with Griffin under center.
Got that stretch play, getting to the outside. Wow. Big time tackle right there because that was big yardage coming behind if he didn't make that play.
4th and 4. Trufant wraps up to keep it there, and now Volt is going to go for it here. He doesn't really have any weapons to pass the ball. He's really committed to that lineup being a heavy, heavy ground game.
Is he sticking with the run, or are we going play action here? We saw in the last game that a heavy person running the ball a lot went to the play action, but stayed in that short angle route, quick out type deal.
Yeah, he almost seems a little bit unsure. He kind of cycled through his plays, so that's not a sign I like to see. Kind of like, you don't want to see instant pick like he's on tilt, but you also don't want to see him kind of waffling around.
And we got the stretch play left. He was outflanked. My goodness.
And that's the difference that Bo brings is he had a short secure tackler chasing after him, but it was a speed differential that he was able to stretch out and just pick up enough, knowing he had 4 yards. Masterful angle to be able to kind of time what he needed to get the 4 yards and where he was in the field.
He needs to also remember that next time on a potential 4th down that he used that wide side of the field to attack and use some of the strength of Bo Jackson, which is his speed.
So he's got an extra lineman in at tight end on the left side that just moved over. I believe he's got John Runyon on the squad, who's a great run blocker.
So we got an inside run coming here. Switching the strength of it.
2 seconds.
Still think we're going with an inside run.
And it's boxed up. It's boxed up. Kmac's doing his part.
He's got everything coming from that outside, forcing you to stay in between the tackles where his help's at. Very sound football.
5 for 12 right now for Bo Jackson. Kmac doing his best. He's got the bow on. Focus locked in. That Madden 20 Club Championship trophy will be presented. Ben, that's all you.
That's all me. I can't wait, and I'm curious. Oh, man. Went to the stretch play again, going to the well maybe a little too often. Again, this is what I talked about beforehand. When you run the ball this much and it's not successful, what's going to be plan B? Right now, he's got his number.
It's tricky in this salary cap mode where you are very limited. The good thing for Volt is he has committed tons of the resources he saved by really going run heavy and not spending much cap at all on that side of the ball is his defense is loaded.
Right.
Loaded compared to what we've seen. So that is huge. If he does get into a low-scoring game, if it doesn't end up being a shootout, he's going to need that against Kmac.
You see the lane right there, closes up really quick. I like this game plan that he has on defense right now. He's definitely stifling Bo, not giving him a lot of running room. And that's the type of back that you don't want to let him get started. And now he's forced to punt this time.
4th and 9, so he went for it on his first 4th and 4. Here he goes, 4th and 9, and he does punt deep downfield. A nice kick goes out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
That's what we call a coffin kick right there. Inside the 10, pinned him to the sideline, no chance for a return.
91 yards to go for Kmac, who's got Randy Moss, he's got John Ross, Tyler Lockett, Marquise Brown.
That's speed. He's trying to take the top clean off of the defense, and I expect him to do that in the first 2 or 3 plays. I think he's going to test him early.
Yeah, and I believe Volt has about 5 linebackers that he's going to spread out. But like we said, he's got that extra ability. So he's got Merton Hanks. He's got 2 other great corners. I believe he has Deion Sanders and also Pat Pete, and then he has a strong safety as well, who is a top-notch player. I believe it is Pat Tillman. So he's not hurting. He's not hurting at all.
Not hurting on defense.
He could be able to spread with Kmac with some of the talent that he has. If he had gone with more of a generic offensive lineup, he'd maybe have the backers, but maybe not those edge players when we get into the spread. So he knew what Kmac was going to bring coming into this. There's no way he's going to be surprised by what Kmac does. It's just the question is, can you stop it, because it's tricky. Now,
with that assortment of defensive backs and defensive specialists, I assume he's going to play some form of zone, try to keep everything in front of him, but he's got the speed to deal with any of the deep threats.
Another thing for Kmac that he's changed up from last year. So last year, I believe he had Drew Brees as his quarterback, a pocket passer.
Yep.
He's switched over to Andrew Luck. It's a career tribute, Andrew Luck, who does have an ability you can see the start. It's escape artist.
Yes.
Escape artist allows you to get out of the backfield at about full speed. He can quick, makes him very, very difficult to contain and scramble. It's a very strong ability.
Right now, he's got to make an adjustment right now, because when you're in the spread and you got 5 people blocking for you and you got 6 defenders in the box, you've got to check your play. You got one guy that's going to be unblocked, and you see him, he came clean right through the gap. So it's got to be an adjustment that he makes.
3rd and 8 looks like man
Huge
coverage
zone
here from Volt.
Yep.
Lots of pressure.
That slot's uncovered. We talked about this in the pregame. He needs to recognize that slot's uncovered and try to hit him with something quick.
So it's the nickel 3-3-5 for Volt coming out in that. Kmac getting his protection set up. He's got the ability to slide protect, which allows him to identify where he wants to pick up the pressure
this
from.
Left slot and this inside linebacker, he's outflanked big time. You need to hit him quick. You see him retreating over quick. He saw this late.
Fumble.
Oh, my goodness.
And he scoops it up. Kevin Mawai able to grab the football. So that was escape artist. He thought he could maybe sneak out of there, but he could not outrun the defenders with that investment from Volt. So look at this here. Andrew Luck. This is escape artist right there as you see him light up, but he's getting chased by a secure tackler, Ray Lewis.
He missed his back out of the backfield. He missed that uncovered slot. He's got to make that adjustment. We talked about this in the pregame when we saw him warming up. That he was stacking inside that box, even in spread, and he was leaving that guy uncovered. So he's got to make that adjustment next time around. I'm curious to see, though. Things didn't go well on that first drive. Last year, that was his Achilles heel, is how he reacted when things didn't go well. I'm curious to see what he does on this drive.
Yeah, and he had the hitch in the slot. So that's one thing that Kmac is known for, is a lot of hitches.
Yep.
So he had a little curl to the left side, didn't end up getting open, but just maybe not the confidence to go downfield on the post. You mentioned he had the route out of the backfield. So we'll see how it plays out. Early drives in Madden, when you're at this much of a level, this high of a level, it's all about adjustments.
Absolutely.
Adjustments is the game.
It's the name of the game. And right now it's 0-0, so really no pressure for either one. Fresh start.
Volt on offense. Winner will play T. Davis here at the Madden 20 Club Championship to be the Cardinals representative at the full-on Madden Club Championship presented by Snickers.
And how does T. Davis feel right now? He's in the same exact predicament that he was in last year. When I say predicament, I don't mean that bad. I just mean that he's in the driver's seat again.
I would assume if you're T. Davis, you're having a drink of water, likes to stay hydrated. hanging out. You're watching this game.
Maybe a bag of chips, maybe a Kit Kat, if you will.
Yeah, he eats pretty clean. He eats pretty clean. I gotta tip my cap to T. Davis. He, we'll see. We'll see. I think he'll save his dessert for after the game if he gets the dub.
Celebratory.
Yeah.
I got you.
Palomalu up in the box for Kmac.
Oh, that was close.
And that's a 3rd and 6.
And we call that a drip, drip, gush. Drip, drip, gush. That was the old Sean Alexander, if you remember that. 2 yards here, 3 yards here, and then I'm going to bust that thing wide open for 40 or 50.
Madden 07 cover athlete,
That's
Sean
right.
Alexander. 4th and inches for Volt. He's at the 35-yard line. He's going for it.
He's going straight up the gut. Ooh,
Let's see, he
measurement?
picks it up.
Oof.
Woo.
Too close for comfort right there.
Yeah, he spread it out.
He's got a little River Ron in him because he's not afraid to go for it on
Yeah.
4th down.
Look at that white shot in, the rookie, but Bo able to spread out, and Bo's always going to fall forward. And that's where some folks will use, say, a rookie like Pollard and get some value out of the
Sure.
backfield.
But you need that surefire back that can get you that 1 yard when you need
When
it.
you need the Bo,
You need
there's
that.
only one.
Oof. Try to bounce that thing outside. Technically sound on defense. Again, he looks like he likes to spread his defense out, try to keep everything in between the tackles.
And with the ground game, these games move quick. We're at the 2-minute warning already. Each players have had one possession. Volt's now on his 2nd. Got a nice flip field position on the punt, and then was able to get the ball back quickly.
Now, with the way the game's going right now, who do you think this favors more? Is it the run? Is it the run game?
Likely Volt. Yeah, likely Volt. Just
Absolutely.
the thing with Kmac, though, if it's close, you can score quick because you have the weapons to get it done. But
The lack of plays is what concerns me.
Yeah.
Not getting into a rhythm. Right now, he's running the ball all game. Although he hasn't given up the big run, still the time of possession will play a factor. Eventually, he's going to bust one of these runs out.
extra lineman
Stretch.
in,
We got
gets the
stretch.
pin.
We got stretch. Sticking with his game plan.
3rd and 10, man. Committing to the
Sticking
run.
with his game plan.
You've got 6 linemen. You've got 2 tight ends at receiver. There's nothing else you can do. So you have to go for it. 238 wins, 4 losses for Volterax.
That didn't happen by accident. That
No.
didn't happen by accident.
And that, I'm sure plenty of those games were close at halftime.
You see the lane right there, picking up 5 or 6 here.
2 secure tacklers. We're now getting down into the red zone. It's going to start to get tight, though, for Volt. So 3 would be good, but Kmac's going to get ball at half.
Got to go for 7. We saw that happen in the last game where 3 points just simply wasn't enough. Somebody of that caliber, you got to put up 7 points against him.
Still have not seen a turnover yet, right?
No mistakes.
No mistakes in this tournament.
We did see if we had a fumble earlier, but that was recovered.
Griffin under center.
Got
Not a lot of
motion.
cap
Got
invested
motion
at the
here.
quarterback position.
So we got man, pressure coming from the outside, looks like. Wide side of the field. We saw that last time when he went to the stretch.
Bo
There it is.
finds a lane.
There it is.
Yep.
Stick with the run. Eventually, again, drip, drip, gush. Okay, 3 yards here, 4 yards here. Then it moved to a 9 or 10. Now we got a touchdown.
Doesn't often rain in the desert, but
It's raining right
there.
now. It's raining right now. And if you see this lane, well blocked. As a tight end, that makes me really happy. That was well blocked.
A seal here, a seal
Seal
there.
Boom. 88 and out the gate, baby.
Wow. All right, but still a minute 3 left for Kmac. He's got 2 timeouts available, 75 yards to go.
Does he panic? I'm seeing ghosts and remnants of what happened last year. Does he panic?
I think if he didn't get ball at half, there could be some trepidation, but I feel like he's calm.
A mistake here could be costly. Got to be
Uses-
careful throwing across his body.
Uses escape artist, leaves the pocket, takes his second to last time out here with 54 to go.
Sticking with the 11 personnel, 4 wides.
It's his game. This is his game.
Absolutely. You got Bo coming out of the backfield. You got Bo out of the backfield. You saw him too late.
3-man rush.
Nice. It's a good read as he started to scramble and he saw those corners coming up.
Lockett drops it, though.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he ended up dropping the rock there. Makes it 3rd and 6. Good job by Volt keeping a spy on Luck, and then once Luck breaks the pocket, he sends the spy down. So it's a cat and mouse game between these two right now. See the spy
Four-man
watching.
rush, yep, four-man rush. He's spying. Shooting his gun right there. Wow, big play. Again, this is what I asked you. When things aren't going well, how is he going to react? Right now, I've got to assume that he's getting a little bit antsy because right now his plan A is not working. What is plan B? This is a dangerous opponent to go against when somebody who runs the ball this much because he's going to eat up that clock.
He's going to eat it up. So right now with 37 seconds to go, Volt has 3 timeouts. He's going to be able to continue to pound the rock right here. Kmac has to get a stop, cannot let up even a field goal here, but he does get ball at half.
Do you think he's feeling any of the pressure of being in this situation 2 years in a row to where he had an opportunity to potentially win a championship, home field advantage, a lot of followers picked him. Do you think any of that's creeping into his mind right now?
As someone who's lost a lot of games on Madden while streaming,
Yes.
it hurts. It hurts a little bit to have some notoriety and know you're a great player, but you don't feel like you're like letting the community down. But you have a lot of people that are following you, picked you, and rock with you. Like
Sure.
these are his guys. They're rooting for him. They know him. They watch his streams. They interact with him.
Sure.
And they want this. And if you can put a little bit of that pressure on yourself, like, man, are people going to think I stink if I lose? And no one is. No, people know you're great. They know you have hundreds and hundreds of more wins than you do of losses. So that's a great tackle. That's a great tackle.
That saved the home run right there.
Yeah.
That definitely saved the home run.
You can put a little bit of that pressure on yourself if you're Kmac, and you can almost start to get that thing of like, am I ever going to win this?
Is this going to happen again?
Yeah.
Because you're in the same setting as before where you fell short a couple of times. And this thing's not over yet. But I'm just talking about the psyche of him right now. Is it a repeat of the last 2 years? We've got the stretch play here. Ooh, cut it back in. Good piece of running right there.
My psyche would just be like, why do I have to play Volterax? Like, why can't it just be somebody else?
Who gave me the guy with 3 million wins and like 2 losses?
Yeah, like,
To open up.
Well,
can I see him in the championship? No.
right?
I got to see him in my first game. Awesome.
But hey, look, you're a great player. You've got the ball. You've now had 2 drives. You have time to adjust, a time to adapt.
Key
And this
word
is your
right there.
drive.
Key word right there is adjust, because in the first half, his main game plan didn't work. His main game plan didn't work, so what is he going to do now? Sticking with the spread?
What I will say is, it was an unlucky drop for Lockett. So, and that's how he plays. He uses escape artist. He uses spread. He scrambles. He's seen this before. It's not like he's getting sacked and he has no clue what to do. He doesn't know where the pressure's coming from.
3-3-5. Ran the curl.
So it's more of an execution thing. It's not like an X's and O's aren't working or he's seeing something that isn't, natural. It's just, hey, execution, tighten up the nerves. And he converts there, 3rd and 1.
The problem with getting behind on a team like this, though, when they run the ball as much as his opponent does, that clock becomes your worst enemy.
Got the Cardinals rolling in right now. Remember, they play tonight on Thursday Night Football, and we are live here at the stadium.
Stuff Bo in that one.
5 for 10 for Bo. Andrew Luck has been contained so far.
His own defense is giving him a fit right now. He hadn't been able to quite figure out where to go to with the ball.
Volt on defense, black jerseys. There it is.
There it is.
Gets down.
Nice. Don't want to risk a fumble right there. Nice, safe play. Good.
Good work by Luck. Get outside the pocket, put some pressure on the defense.
And this game's not out of reach now. It's only 7-0. So a score right here makes this a tie ball game. Plenty of time left.
We know he's going to get 7, not 3, because that's his key to the game.
Absolutely.
And that's something he committed to. He's upgraded the Bo from Pollard. And that could be the difference right there.
Absolutely.
Those types of conversions with a Bo Jackson. Consistency, knowing what you're going to get, not fumbling, all huge factors.
He's got tough sledding. He's got to beat a former champion right here to get to the championship, and then he's got to face an old demon from last year that gave him fits. So not an easy road, but you wouldn't want it any other way if you want to be crowned the champ, right?
Hey, if the Nationals can do it, Kmac can do it. That's what I say.
Shout out to the Nationals.
1st and 10. Bo Jackson's got a little bit of a gap. Can't squeeze through. 7 for 17. But it's keeping him in it. He's converted when he's need to. See some coaching adjustments here for Volt.
Seeing a little bit of frustration there. This is what I talked about from last year.
And Volt's actually dropping down into a more run-heavy style defense here.
Oof.
There you go. Looks like Brian Dawkins.
Oh, my goodness. And I had a couple of headaches with that guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh, yeah. He
It's
is
not a
as
guy I wanna
advertised.
meet.
No, he is
No.
as advertised. When he turned into the Wolverine, it's a whole different person.
His speech to start Madden 08 when you turned it on, do you feel that?
Sometimes I would just hit reset just so I could hear it again.
Aside from that, from the Halloween
Yeah,
Cardinals thing we just watched, that's about the hype level.
absolutely. That 4 wide, single back here, same defense, 55, good zone, no pressure. Got the spy, took the easy hitch. Nice, easy throw, good conversion.
And those are those low hitches that he goes. Brown, Marquise Hollywood Brown picks up that one, and that's the Kmac you see, and that's the execution I talk about. Where that's it. It's smooth, it's easy, it works, it's consistent. You pick up the pressure, you make the read.
Nothing
rinse and
complicated.
Repeat, move on.
Nothing complicated.
It's hard. He makes it look easy.
Absolutely.
He makes it look easy. I'm going to go home and run a very poor version of this offense.
I'm not going to try.
Has the
He's
curl.
got pressure. Got to get the ball away.
Yeah.
You saw the curl wide open. He's got to see that a little bit sooner. See that uncovered.
It's tricky when you're rolling away from it.
Sure.
And you're not quite sure. Am I gonna be able to escape with luck, or am I gonna be able to escape with luck to get far enough to post up and then throw across the body? You're under pressure, so you can get a throw penalty, accuracy penalty for being under pressure. You can get an accuracy penalty for being on the move. So there's a lot that kind of all factors into that.
He is staying true to the zone. He is not bringing any type of pressure. He's staying with the spy, staying in a 3-man front, staying in the zone. You're not going to beat me deep.
So 3-man rush, it's not giving Kmac too much trouble. So if you're Volt, I think you're saving your heat, your pressure, you're waiting. You know that no matter what, you're going to get a ball. You're going to get a drive with minimum game time.
Also, you understand that you're in the driver's seat right now, and even if he does score, you're going to control the clock with the way that you play this game.
That was huge. I thought this was going to be a 4th and inches, but they did go ahead and they give Bo the chains move. It is 1st and 10.
I'm not arguing with Bo.
6 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. Winner plays T. Davis. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Big time play, and that's what it is.
That's why you get.
You got two high safeties, cover 2 type of zone. Took the post right over the middle.
That's the
Big time.
backbreaker.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought might have been there on that 3rd down, but he didn't force it.
Yep.
That first where he fumbled. Look at this route right here. Andrew Luck gets outside the pocket, delivers a strike.
You see those safeties really, really wide. Name of the game, you have to attack the safeties when they're that wide. Hit them with the post route. Easy pitch and catch.
And like we said, you now have Volt, who hasn't really had much success on the ground. It's been moderate success.
This is going to be interesting right here.
7-7 game, 1 drive, Mom Spaghetti, 5 minutes.
He just needs
left,
to get in field goal
4th quarter.
range. He needs to get in field goal range. That's it. Doesn't have to punch it in for a touchdown.
And here's the thing. Even if he wants to pass, say he's like, you know what? I want to pass. He can't pass. He doesn't have anybody to pass to. So, like, he has to pretty much run.
So right now I would be stacking that box, and I'm bringing heat from everywhere.
The more you stack, though, and we get a secure tackle there from
Those
White,
lanes.
Which is big. Yeah, the more you stack, the more you can potentially give up a long one. So we'll see how much Kmac contains versus how much he will eventually try and shoot, say, on like a 3rd and 2 and trying to get a tackle for loss.
And the big difference is if you look at how T. Davis played that with Palomalu, how he kind of stayed back. He wasn't necessarily committing to stop the run, but he wasn't going to give up the big play.
He's same user.
Twins. I'm looking at a stretch play potentially.
Ryan Griffin, salary cap here, Madden Ultimate Team at the Madden 20 Club Championship. Winner to represent the Cardinals.
You see, he's just shooting his gun. Different than how T. Davis played it with Palomar. He's definitely shooting his gun, trying to stop him. Trying to go for this win.
Apke in on the tackle, a budget value for your squad here in salary cap. Troy Apke, 2nd-year player.
This is going to get interesting.
3rd and 2. He went for it on 4th and 4 earlier, but he did punt on a 4th and 8. So he's gone stretch in some of these situations.
And back to the well. Oof, oof.
Very good shed by Palomalu. That's why you get a Troy Palomalu sheds to be able to catch up to Bo and keep him from breaking a huge one there.
And it was an absolute nightmare trying to prepare for Troy in real life when we played the Steelers. He just was a total nightmare to game plan for, and carries over to the game.
Ticking down here to 3:30 in this 2nd game
motion.
here.
We're going with an
Second
inside run here.
semifinal.
He's going to stick with the inside run.
Stretch has worked for him.
Going back, this is the inside run. Tries to bounce it. There's no, that ball's not designed to bounce outside. It's designed to stay in between those, that tackle and that guard box. So when you bounce it out, you're bouncing to no help.
Yeah, this is no, in Madden 16, Stiffmeister.
Right.
That was his move. Halfback dive. He would cut it out hard to the right. Not working right there. Bush able to get in, kind of chase him down, get him off the gaps, get him away from the blocks. Shout out to Stiff. Probably watch it in the chat.
Absolutely.
I'm sure the chat's loaded up with people. I haven't checked it, but I will during the next commercial break. We appreciate you guys tuning in, getting those Twitch drops here during the Madden 20 Club Championship. Loads of drops and shows coming up here. But right now, we've got a situation in Arizona.
Ooh, good tackle. Huge tackle, because there was nobody out in that alley right there. If he breaks that tackle, that might have been a home run.
Now it's 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. What do you do? I mean, we already know the answer.
You know he's going to run the ball.
Yeah.
You know he's going to run the ball. Which way he's going, I don't know. I'm gonna say that he's going to go to that wide side of the field again like he did last time. But he may surprise us. This would be a good time to do a tendency breaker right here and maybe go with a play action pass. But I don't know if he has the personnel to pull it off.
3rd and 9 for Volts. The 2-minute warning. He takes it all the way down. Hey, he's won an event, so he does have experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Closing out events, right?
Absolutely.
He doesn't have that doubt in his mind of, am I good enough to win this thing? He knows. He knows he's already got the ability to win it. He made his name big on the scene, Madden 17 here, and Bo Jackson. Ooh!
Oh, that was a game. That might have been a game saver.
Kmac is hyped right now, and now we have a real 4th and 2 situation. Palomalu grabbing him just short of the line. Bo Jackson, 4 Volt for your gain here.
If he doesn't get this, he is giving up tremendous field position right now.
He's gone to stretch a few times.
This is inside run. He's going with the inside run. This defense is set up to stuff him. We're going stretch. He's outflanked if he goes stretch. What are you going to do? He's going stretch. Oh, good block. Just enough. Just enough. And this was a tendency breaker because he went stretch to the weak side of the field instead of the strong side like we saw earlier when he went for his first 4th down.
Stays in bounds. Who said the run game is not exciting? That moment right there with the tension on the line.
I was on edge, so I know these guys are definitely feeling it.
Woo. Wanted that one. Look at Jackson here. Get right outside.
Look at this stretch play. Hat on a hat, one-on-one, just enough. And Troy, I tell you what, nightmare. That's all I can say.
He's been big so far. He's brought the ball carrier down. He's gotten off blocks. He's kept Bo from big runs, but he needs to shut him down now.
Okay, so he's taking a look at how they're lining up. Stretch wasn't there because they had 3 defenders versus just 2. Inside run. And that's pretty much what he's doing. He's kind of doing a game of chess. He's trying to see when he goes to that twin set, is there 3 guys out on the perimeter or is there 2? If there's 2, he's going to go ahead and run the stretch. If not, looks like he switches back over to the inside run.
Kmac, 2 timeouts to go here. He's letting this one tick. So 56, 55, 53, 52.
Oh, man. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Ooh.
Oh.
3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. He's going to let it tick. 32-yard line for Volt.
I think he's going to count on running this clock down, and he's going to kick this field goal to try to win this game and send himself to the championship.
K-Mac's thinking about it. He uses a timeout to make it 35 seconds. K-Mac's a big fan of coaching his buddies up. He likes to help his friends out, get better. One of his friends made the Redskins event.
At the Twins, we got 3 guys outside, so he's not going to run the stretch over here to the left side. He's going to have to change his play, probably go back to the inside run.
3rd and 1. He's going to have to shoot a gap. Going to get
maybe
real
stretch.
aggressive here. He's going to have to get real aggressive.
He's checking to the other side. Don't run stretch left. He went stretch right. Oh, he undershot it. Oof.
Stays inbounds. Troy Polamalu tried to shoot the gap, tried to get there, just missed the tackle. And now Volt's going to bring it down. He's going to get the field goal set up. K-Mac's going to go ahead. Volt's going to take that timeout, and then K-Mac's going to maybe try and ice the kicker here and see what he can do. 20 seconds to go.
This definitely has to be on his mind that this is potentially a repeat. of the last 2 years have just fallen short at the very end.
Winner moves on to take on T. Davis in the final.
Going with the stretch, nice safe run play. It's definitely in field goal range.
31 for 130 for Bo.
Wow. Oh, man.
And no matter what, you got to tip your cap to both these guys here for coming out in the club championship. Make sure you support and follow Kmac 703 over on Twitter. Go check out his Twitch channel as well.
Stretch, ooh, that could be costly. Lost a little bit of yards right now. Makes his field goal a little bit more interesting.
We're down to 5 seconds, 4, 3, and we're going to see a timeout from Volt.
It's potentially the ball game right here on one kick.
And we're going to see the unit trot out. Kmac takes his final timeout.
Let him think about it a little bit. Let him think about it a little bit. Put a little ice in that drink.
And we got the ice to kicker.
Oh my goodness.
And Volterax puts the game-winning field goal through the uprights, 10-7. Ice water in his veins.
Ice water in his veins, but you have to feel for Kmac because this happened to him last year. So close again. Just got to find a way to finish the thing off in the fourth quarter. And you feel for him, but if he's the competitor that we think, he'll definitely be back.
Absolutely. There's still 2 major championships left for this season for Kmac to come in and get involved with. Definitely a great performance there. To come back, get that touchdown, really put himself back in this game, was just maybe 1-2 Troy Polamalu plays short of locking that thing up. But it's tough when you play Volt.
Yeah, it is. And you know he was going to commit to the run, and that's one of those tough things that when you know the run's coming and you can't stop it, that's demoralizing. And like you said, he was 1 or 2 plays away from this ball game.
How much do you think all that online experience of Volt, just playing in those situations, kind of factored into that end game situation there? I mean, you can't do it any better.
Oh, if you look at the game of chess that he kept playing with switching his formation from left to right, he was only looking at 2 plays. He was looking at the inside run or he was looking at the stretch play. He was looking at whether there was 3 defenders to the outside versus his 2, or if there was 2 defenders, he was running a stretch. It was beautiful football.
He is a master craftsman of his lineup. We got to go find out how he put that together. We've got Heidi standing by with Volt.
Volterax, you have a very unique team. So you have no receivers, which is a very bold move. Were you nervous to be put in the situation where you would have to pass?
I was playing a lot of good players online, and for me, like the first time I always play them, it seems like I run really well. That game, though, Kmac actually played really good defense. I got, a few yards of play. It ended up being enough. So.
Awesome. Well, it was a good game to watch. Congratulations on that. Excited to see this matchup against T. Davis.
It's going to be a great matchup. You have your